Well, what the code actually says is in the system, using logic now,
Okay.
the system of white supremacy, it's a prison system. Now, if I am in a prison, which I am in, if you're subject to or a victim of the system of white supremacy, if you're a black person on the planet Earth, you are a prisoner of war. White supremacy exists, proving that a white person is a racist. There's no way for a non-white person, a prisoner of war, to prove that the warden is incorrect about anything. Who are you going to prove it to? That's where the problem is. In the system of white supremacy, if you are black and you point out a white person as being a racist, and the white person says, prove it, and the black person says, I can prove it because I say that you're a racist, and you're a racist because you did this, and you did that, and you did this, and the white person just sit there and look at you and say, oh, you are saying that I'm a racist, and you're proving it by yourself. Because you said it, that makes it true. And really, if you're a black person in the system of white supremacy, that's exactly what you're saying. Well, the proof is I said it. That's really what you're saying. Because there's nobody that you can go to who is not white and get to back up that proof. See, that's the key.
Yes.
You better go in, which means what? That the white person is proving it. You're not proving anything. You're black. You can't prove anything. You can't even prove that racism exists, that there is such a thing as racism. And if you say that a person is a racist, you better go get you another white person. If you're accusing a white person of being a racist, you better go get a white person to help you to prove it. In other words, so that white person will be the one who is doing the proving. That's the way that works. If you don't believe it, try it. Because no black person can back you up. There isn't a black person on the planet can say, oh, you said that Mr. Giddings is a racist, and you're black, so I'm black, and so I'm going down there and back you up. I'm going to say Mr. Giddings. I've had experiences with Mr. Giddings. He's
Yes.
white.
Yes.
And so I'm going down there and I'm a vouch for you. Because you said that Mr. Giddings is a racist, and I'm going down there and I'm going to second the motion. I'm going to say, yes, and I say he's a racist too. Well, if you try that, you see if that will work. Because it won't. Because the system of white supremacy will not allow that to ever happen, period. And if they allow it to happen, stop and think about this now, is because that's what they intended to do in the first place.
Okay. So
See, that's the way that works.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
No black person can prove the existence of racism or prove anything in a system of white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a black person on this planet
Mm-hmm.
that can. If you're a prisoner of war, you got no power to prove anything.
So
you have to not be a prisoner of war. See what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Anybody who's a prisoner of war, that's the best way for people to understand it, to understand war movies and stories and all like that. If you're a prisoner of war, you can't prove anything to the warden. You can't even prove that you are a prisoner. The warden can say, oh, no, you're not a prisoner of war. You're in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you say, warden, that's crazy. I'm not in heaven. I'm your prisoner. I'm in a cell. I'm in solitary confinement. I mean, you're talking crazy. And then the warden will say, like the warden told Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption, said, oh, you are challenging what I'm saying. Okay, I'll prove to you that what I'm saying is better than what you're saying. A month in the hole. How about that? Because that's what he gave Andy the Frame when Andy the Frame challenged him.
He sure did.
Right. He just say, oh, in other words, you are already in my prison, and you're going to walk in my office, and you're going to say that I'm something called obtuse.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you obtuse.
He sure did.
A month in the hole. And then I'll come down and visit you at the end of that month and say, hey, do you still think that I'm obtuse?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's give you another month to think about it, and slam the door on it.
Slam the door. So,
all right. See, now, whites. That's why I use that movie, Shawshank Redemption, to make that point. Black people going around trying to prove to a white person anything in the system of white supremacy. You don't have no way of proving anything, up, down, sideways, or anything else. You can't even prove that you exist. If the white supremacists say, you don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, well, what do you mean I don't exist? You're looking right at me and whatnot. You don't exist because I said so. And I'm going to make it official.
Mm.
Now, what are you going to do about it? And who do you know that can overrule what I just said, other than another white person, which means you're not doing it. That other white person is doing it.
Yes.
You can't prove it on your own, and you can't find a black person that can back you up that I will pay any attention to or have to.
Yes.
That's white supremacy, folks.
That's white.
You got to understand what you're dealing. See, and black people who say Fuller doesn't know what he's talking about. All right, I say it to you, all over the world. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it. Try to prove anything to a white person about anything, and you're black in the system of white supremacy, you better go get a white person to back you up, or you got no backing. Because no black person got the power to back you up, period.